After 3+ weeks of being on strike here in Alberta, we are headed back to the classrooms tomorrow. I want to share with you in this video today what I'm going to be taking with me spiritually and emotionally into the classroom tomorrow, and what I am definitely leaving behind post-strike. Hi, my name is Mariana, and this is 3 Peaks Classroom. I am a teacher here in Alberta, Canada, and I love to make helpful YouTube videos for other educators just like you. Like I said earlier, in this video, I want to share with you everything that I'm going to be bringing with me into the classroom as I see my students again tomorrow, and things that I'm definitely leaving behind. So let's get started. All right, the first thing that I'm going to bring with me into the classroom, and I want you all to bring this with you in your classrooms as well, is honesty and openness. I am going to be honest with myself to my students, and I'm going to invite them to be honest and open about how they're feeling, and let them know it's okay to be excited to be back together again. It's like our family is back together again, but it's also very much okay to be frustrated that it feels like nothing has changed. So I am bringing honesty and openness with me into my classroom tomorrow with my students. The next thing I'm going to bring with me into the classroom tomorrow is conversation and understanding. I want to have an open dialogue with all of my students, also so that I can find out how much of this strike have they processed, because I have a daughter that's in grade 2, and I've chatted with her about what's going on, the strike, why are teachers not teaching, why are they not going to school, and she knows a little bit, but not everybody might have an understanding of what's going on. So tomorrow I'm going to invite conversation and dialogue with my students so that they have space to share what they've heard. Maybe they have some misconceptions, or maybe they're not sure about what this is all about, or they're confused, or maybe they're feeling guilty that, the reason why we went on strike is because the classes are too big or whatever. We're going to have an open and honest discussion so that everybody can have a great understanding about the reason behind the strike. My top priority going back into the classroom, and something that I'm definitely taking with me, is my connection and my relationships with all of my students. I don't care how long this takes me to do. It might take me days to check in individually with each of my students, but that is so important. I want to reestablish those relationships with my students. I want to check in with everybody. I know that sounds like a lot of work, but it's so important for us to be able to move forward together. I want to check in with my students. I want to see how they handled everything for the last 3 weeks, and see if they have any concerns or worries or anxiety about anything. I want to check in and make sure that I am reestablishing those connections that I made with my students at the beginning of the year. I'm also going to bring with me reflection. I want my students to reflect on the past 3 weeks, and also reflect on the first few days back at school, and how does that make them feel? I will invite them to write in their journals. I will invite them to draw a picture or whatever. I want them to reflect on the whole experience, and let's get that down so that we can explore all of these feelings that the students are bringing to the surface. Second last thing I'm going to be bringing with me into the classroom tomorrow is grace for myself. 1000%. This is super important. I am not going to be rushing through lessons or trying to stretch myself thin for making up for lost curriculum. Heck no. Especially this week, at the end of the week, we've got Halloween. I am not going to worry at all about catching students up or what did we miss. I'm going to give myself grace, because this is unprecedented, and I feel like we are being forced back without any sort of support. So we're not even given time to plan or collaborate with our colleagues about, okay, what page do we want to be on? Like, let's make sure that we're tackling this or this topic in this subject. No, we have not been given any time. We're literally just thrown into it again. So I'm giving myself grace to proceed as needed with my classroom, but also understanding that the kids are super excited to be back in the schools for Halloween and their Halloween party. So this week in particular, I'm going to give myself grace. And here's the last thing, and it's probably the most important thing that I'm going to be bringing with me into the classroom tomorrow, and that is purpose and pride. I am not going to allow myself or my colleagues to feel 1 ounce of guilt for what we did, because what we had to do was to go on strike. We had to show the government and the public that we are fed up. And I am not going to allow myself to feel an ounce of guilt for leaving the classroom and standing up for what is right. Here is what I'm going to be leaving behind as I enter the classroom tomorrow post a 3-week strike. Number 1, I am not overgiving anymore. If the government cannot respect us by negotiating fairly, I am not going to overexert myself and make up for their inaction. I am working my hours and I'm giving my classroom and my students what is sustainable. Number 2, I am not going to engage in boundary breaking habits. Nope. I am not answering my emails after work. I am not going to plan my lessons or do my marking super late at night when it impedes with my family time. And I'm not going to say yes to things when really I want to say, I don't have the capacity to do this. So I am going to come into the classroom tomorrow and for the rest of my career, and I am going to set boundaries and maintain them. I am not going to feel guilty for taking a shortcut in my job. I am going to make my job as easy as possible. That means if I can download something for free, or if I'm gonna buy something off of Teachers Pay Teachers because they've already have the unit that's already made, or even simplifying my plans, I'm not going to go to the ends of the earth to make the super cute lessons and all of these projects. No, right now, that is out of my boundary. I do not have the capacity to do that. So I am not going to feel guilty for making my teaching life easier by downloading or purchasing anything that makes my life easier. I'm not gonna feel guilty about that. And the last thing that I am not bringing with me tomorrow to the classroom, I am not going to neglect myself anymore. During the past 3 weeks, I feel like I have rediscovered myself. I have rediscovered or reignited my passion for exercising. I have a 5K goal. I've never been able to run 5 kilometers before, and that is my goal, and I've been working towards that. I've also started crafting more. I want to have time to do my scrapbooks and just to breathe. So something I'm not taking with me is neglecting myself anymore. I am going to make time in my life to do that. Up until now, I've always let go of exercising or crafting because those are things that don't need to happen per se, but they do because those are the things that bring me joy. So as I enter the classroom tomorrow, post this 3-week strike, I am going to make sure that I schedule time for myself and things that bring me joy. We can't control what happens next, but we can control what we bring with us forward. And I hope that this video has encouraged you to set your boundaries and to proceed with grace tomorrow as we enter back into the classrooms, and to allow yourself time to reconnect with your students and to give yourself the patience that's needed, because we are walking into unprecedented historic times. And I hate that we're saying that. The largest labor strike in Alberta's history, and our constitutional rights have been removed from us with the notwithstanding clause, whatever. I'm tired of saying all of that. So I hope this video has given you the permission and the space to give yourself grace as we head into the classroom. I would love to know in the comment section below, what are you bringing with you into the classroom and what are you leaving behind? Are they similar to mine? Do you have something different? Let me know in the comments. If you have not yet subscribed, I do love to make videos on this channel for fellow teachers like you, and I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next video. Good luck tomorrow, everybody. If you are an Alberta teacher, good luck tomorrow. I'll be with you. Send me a message afterwards on Instagram about how your day went. I would love to hear from you. Thanks, everybody. Bye.